Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, firstly, I must apologise for the massive delay in wait for videos. First off, I got sick when I came home from Brands Hatches, which where we are today. Came back, got the flu within 3-4 days coming back, and was pretty much out of action in work and everything for about a week. And came back to work, was okay, feeling a bit tired and run down. And then over the last weekend, the long weekend, we're actually planning on getting a lot of work done YouTube way, and the power's been cutting and going. We've had a bit of a storm here, so unfortunately by the time you're seeing this, it's probably been like 9 days since I've uploaded a full video, so apologies for that, but we should be back and should be good and back to full health now. Hopefully we won't have any more power cuts, but today's video is going to be me, Brands Hatch, BSB rules. I'm going to see how close I can get to a BSB lap time. My steed of choice is a McCams R1, so all electronics will be switched off when we go to the grid. We are at Brands Hatch. In the pit lane, I was only in a couple of weeks ago myself. It is pretty cool to be back here again. It was going to be honest, it was more fun to be here in real life. It was really cool for the eBay pit lane when I could walk down here, got signed posters from people, and yeah, we were going to just go up and we were all around here and get pretty motion sickness going up too high, but you get the idea. It's pretty cool to be back here again. But today's video is just going to be see how fast and how close I can get to pretty much the BSB pole time, or where on the grid I'd qualify from BSB in VR. So without further ado, let's jump in, I suppose. Let's get wheels on track. So it is a beautiful day here in Kenton, England. Out we go on track. No TC, no anti-wheelie. Thankfully we do have a bit of engine braking, but it's going to be really difficult in my head to get close to these lap times. For me, the goal really is probably to get to... Oh, it really drops as we go down into the dip. There is really aggressive. It's going to take me a few laps, like I said, to get up to speed. It's been a while since I've been in VR. Brands Hatch is notoriously a tricky track as it is, so it's going to be hard to even get close to it, but I'll probably aim to be close to Jack Endy, so he can be the fastest Irishman in the paddock. But like I said, it's going to take me a couple of laps. I've made a bit of a setup change just to make it a bit more friendly for me with the electronics switched off, as these bikes in this mod are quite aggressive without any electronics. As you can see, it's wheeling down there as we come down to Hawthorne Bend. This was a really brilliant bit of track to watch the BSB boys go around. Glenora was especially good through there because he kind of went slightly deep every lap, to the point where I believe he was probably doing it on purpose. He was going deep and then squaring off, but with the no traction and all that, he was just absolutely sliding it out to the curb. It was really cool to see. But Brands Hatch really is a track that's all about commitment and just kind of getting full use of white line to white line, if that makes sense. So we'll see what we can do. Don't have my times on the screen, so we're going to do probably 2 or 3 laps, go back to the pits and see how far off we are. But straight away we're probably not going to be threatening the stock 1000 class yet with these lap times, as it is quite hard. It does usually take a bit of time to get up to speed in VR. Deep in Druids, quite deep in Druids to be honest. I feel too bad immediately, but definitely as I spin the back wheel there massively, I definitely don't have the confidence to use all the track. That will be where the lap time will come from. Right, then behind the bubbles we go down to Hawthorns once again. A scary bit of track. A real brave, ballsy bit of track. Aslian has him. He crashed there back in 17, I believe, was off the JG Speedfit Kawasaki. That was a rough old crash that day. We really can't get stopped in there for some reason. I think in my head the radial part of the corner is just bigger than it is. But we've yet to crash so far, so it's not too bad. If I look down at my delta as we cross the line, I might get an idea of my lap time. So far, I actually should have probably looked up the lap times for BSB before I started, but that would be being organised, wouldn't it? 37.2 we've done so far. I don't know what that is, but I'll see. 37.2 as an outlap is going to be nowhere near what we'd need. We'll push on one more lap and then probably Go and check. We've gotten druids even worse this time than I broke earlier. What the hell? We're still just about in touch with my previous lap. We did spin it up out of here. Very similar to Tito Rabat did on Saturday. I was actually right behind him at that point in the day, and I saw that crash right in front of me. And then he tried to ride the bike backwards along the track, which was quite funny. Oh, she didn't like that. We did a 28-0. I want to say 26 is where we're looking for. I will have a look in a second though where we're at. Just need to start using more of the track. I'm just not using the track and keep getting this wrong for starters. Wheel spin again there. Oh, understeer, and that is our first big mistake. We were into the gravel. Wave to the pigeons. At least we didn't do a Taryn McKenzie and launch the bike over the fence, but we're going to go back. 28-0 is a kind of our benchmark. We're going to see what that really puts us. Does it even put us near the grid, or are we a stock 1000 rider? Let's find out. So far, best laps at 28-0. That would have put me last in FP3. FP3 was the fastest session of the weekend, first dry session of Saturday morning. It rained for the Super Bowl, so we don't have any actual Super Bowl times to go off last time out. So I'm going to go off FP3, and Glenarvan topped it with 25-0. I would have been 2/10 off last place with the 28-0, so we're actually not too far off. We're respectable. So we're going to go again, but we need to find almost 3 seconds, which is quite alarming. To be fair though, on the start lap, if I start actually making some apexes, I'll probably find about a second, which would put me towards... I'll still be towards the back of the grid, but at least then I'll be on the grid. So, well, if I can get near Tito Rabat, he'll be my main objective. Tito Rabat and Jack Kennedy are my two main objectives. Like O'Halloran, all the years he's been on the R1, all the years around here on that R1, he probably has a bit of an advantage over me. I know for a fact, coming out of Hawthorne here, I just use too much of the... I don't use enough of the track, I should say. I use way too tight here. Just don't have the confidence like Glenarvan did to do pretty much just what I did there and use the track. And then in here as well, I'm going really kind of deep. Oh my god, rear end didn't like that. The tricky part of the track here, because you can easily do that. It's pretty blind all the way up till we're at the apex, so I could be on a really good lap in a minute and do that. So I'm going to go again now. I'll probably shut up, do a couple laps of my own just to see can I get any closer to the lap to him. And we'll be back in a few seconds. So, first lap out, 27.8, so there is definitely improvement, and we did run off the track that lap, so that really gives us good solace going forward. And a good lap so far! You had to jinx it! We were under like a second and a half. Oh, bloody donkey, I had to bloody jinx it. I think that's where Tito Rabat went down as well, actually. Or was it the next corner? I remember being in there somewhere and coming around. Would have been free practice 2 on Friday evening. Going around with Glenarvan's brother Andy, who's out injured. Probably doing his spotting for his brother. Oh, it was this corner actually. We're on the inside there. And just about there, up against the wall, was this R1 with the number 53 on it. Tito was nowhere to be seen. He had a tough weekend, but really came good in race 3. So it's good to see Tito because he gets quite a bit of slack. Just because of who he is, really, and because he's taken up English people's... Get a young English person on is always the way that people look at it, but... He's dead right. I like Tito. Anyway, let's crack on. Wide there. Half a second under though. Definitely have more time in this corner. I keep braking too early. As well as out of here, if I get the drive right, it's all about getting a little wheel spin. That felt good. Probably best have taken Hawthorne so far if I get the exit. That felt good. Apparently use a bit more track now. Oh, rear end, didn't like that. Really tentative through there. Back across we come, 2 corners to go. Oh, watch the curls, we're under by quite a margin. Oh, we're deep into the final corner. Put the lines through here. One to the line. That was a good lap. It's a 26.4. It's a bit more like it. Let me jump back to the pits and see where that puts me. So unfortunately that only puts me P19. It would put me level with Dean Harrison, which is no slight on Dean Harrison, but I thought I'd be a bit further up the field with that. But really shows that the top 18 are really close. I think Kennedy's in P18 and he was like 1.8 off. So we're going to see, can we get a top 10? That was a 25.7. It means we need to find about 0.9. It's going to be pretty tough because that lap was good. Definitely out the back of the track, we'll say the GP part of the circuit. There's definitely more time there, but it's all about commitment and confidence, and that's something I don't really have in VR at the moment, considering I've been out of it for a couple of months. But we will try. I was wide as well through there the last lap. Like I said, I definitely can square this corner off more. I just felt like I got Hawthorns really clean that lap. I was a bit deep as well into the final corner clearways, so it's definitely there. The time is there. It just needs to be put together, and that is really difficult to do at Brands Hatch. So it is proving to be tough to beat that lap time I've done. I've done another 26.6 that lap. It's going to be really hard to get that down. I think the lap time is there because the previous lap I made up time in here, and then down towards the Hawthorn bend I had a wheelie out of here, got poor drive, then screwed up Hawthorns, and then was quicker up until the final corner, but I was still slower raw because I lost too much time here. So it's all about putting the lap together at the moment, and even though I probably have another maybe half a second in terms of getting things right, I don't know if I can get the perfect lap together. So we're going to do a couple more laps and I'll probably call it there, but at least I'm not last at the moment. We're up around Harrison and Jack Kennedy, so I'm nearly at my target. I just need done a couple of tenths if I can do it. I felt really good through Palakill Bend. Tidy through Durge, don't touch the curb. The best we've done sector 1, touch wide there. Oh, turned in too early, it's probably cost me. Square it off. Oh, we are just slightly over. Wheelie does not help. Again, didn't get Hawthorns particularly well. Been a good lap so far, a few mistakes. We are so close to being in touch. Oh, I turned in too early. I think I still have the lap. Oh, understeer there was not nice. It's going to be a run to the line. Turn, yeah, I'm going to turn. That was so close to the curb. Up the line, it's going to be no improvement. We're going to go again. Last lap, I'd imagine. We're deep into turn 1. Late apex, the Glen Irwin line, I like to say. Really squaring everything off now, which is not nice when I have no traction. Struggling as we're getting faster to hit that apex. I believe I'm about half a second under, which I don't know where that lap time has come from. Come on, Yamaha, pull. Critical we don't get too big of a wheelie. We are under by about 0.6. See, can we get a clean run through? That was pretty sketchy. So on edge with this R1 to get this lap time. Wide, that could be the lap. That could be the lap gone. I'm still slightly under. Really need to get a good exit out here. I think we're under, but I can get it cleanly to the line. Gonna be 0.4 of improvement, 26.0, we did it. Wave to the crowd as we go slightly into the gravel. 25, it's a 26.00. 25 was there. Obviously, we ran on at Dingledale. I think we ran on at, I can't remember what corner even at this stage, but that was so hard to get that lap time out. Brands Hatch is one beautiful circuit, but it was so intense. That lap time really was made all in sector 1. I don't know where, because I went deep. Maybe I broke later and squared it off and was faster than trying to carry the speed down Paddock Hill Bend, but really was just so on edge. And when you know you're up, and like I could probably get another second off that if I could really commit to the corners. The thing is, with the elevation and the blind corners, you just, every time you get to it, you know you're up, you get really tense and out of here as well. Sometimes the bike was over rotating and I was just getting the bike dancing. Pretty sketchy this track really on a superbike like this, especially with no traction. And anti-wheelie really does definitely play effect in some of the slower corners. And just over the cruise down the hill there, it really affects you. But just all this part of the track here, come down here, it's so hard to pick a marker out, and like that lap we went wide. If I got it like this, now I'm cruising, easily can do it. And nice high side to finish. Where's the bike gone? Into the fences? You might find Tarrans? No, unfortunately we did not make the hedges. That's where Taron McKenzie's went over the wall there a couple of years back. That was a scary crash. But I'm going to leave it there for today's video. Back with a bang. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos, because I actually quite enjoyed this. VR is it's hit or miss with really with GP bikes, because in the headset while riding it's not the most beautiful, but then when I watch it back when it records at like 2K, it looks really good. So I'm like, geez, I should do more of this, but it's just usually isn't the most enjoyable to play. But I did enjoy myself around Brands Hatch. Having been here recently, it really was a treat. We're going to end it there on the start-finish straight. 26.0. We'll jump back to the pits and I'll double check what that has done to pretty much my lap time. I go reckon I won't be ahead of Haslam. I won't be in the top 10, but that will put us, as I just have to move my headset off to see where we are. It'll be P13, I'd imagine. So I did 26.0. That would have put me P15, just ahead of Max Cook. Half a tenth slower than Christian, only 0.8 off, you see, so 0.8, 0.9 off. It was a 25-1 really, we'll call it, for Glen Irwin. So in the end for me, not too bad. You can see how many laps it took me. There was plenty of decent laps in there that went astray, and I really was on the edge. You can see a couple of mid-26s is probably what I could do, but that last lap, whatever I did in sector 1, you can see it massively improved in sector 1, and that pretty much was where I did it. And then my improvement to the last sector just to get it to line. But I'm going to end it there for today's video. Hope you have enjoyed. You can see down the bottom my max, or my ideal time, is quicker than Glenn would have went to 24.9, but like I said, at this track I could probably do 50 laps and probably not get it, but it was fun. But again, like I said, if you want me to see more of me attempting to do BSB laps at other tracks, maybe we might do a series where we go through the whole calendar, see can I beat the pole time. But that really was enjoyable, and the extra special that I was there on it recently. But thank you all for tuning in to today's video. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below, comment and subscribe to see more, and I should catch you all in a future video. Thanks for watching. See you all soon. Bye bye.